You've built the business, you've made the money, everyone's telling you how lucky you are. So why does it feel like you're suffocating in your own success? What no one tells you is that the more successful you become, the lonelier it gets at the top. And that nagging feeling that you can't shake, the one telling you that something's off, that's your potential, letting you know that yes, there is more. I know what it's like to be in this state as a female founder who's been in business for almost 2 decades. Sadly, I had to find out a lot of this the hard way. You're not ungrateful, you're not crazy, and you're definitely not alone. These are the 7 problems of really successful businesswomen that no one talks about. Problem number 1, you're too busy doing real work to have time to market the business. When you're first getting started, you just want the client, you just want some work, you want to be able to do something so you feel like you're really making this thing happen. But then you lose track of the ball because you stop marketing to get more clients because you're too busy with the ones that you have. And then suddenly when those clients disappear, you have to learn how to bring awareness to yourself again. The back and forth of that state is enough to rock your world. And that's why my method on this is stop marketing and start building brand. When you're looking at everything like it's a campaign, there's a start and a stop feel to it. But last I checked, you started a business not so it would stop. So we can't start and stop the way that we bring attention to what we do. That's why building brand is so important. It teaches people who we are, and the more often that message is received, the more naturally the marketing is done. The less you are salesy because people get to know you so well over an extended period of time because you're just always you and how you do your best work consistently. Businesses go through seasons, the economy changes, but you make it more sustainable when you stop thinking in terms of campaigns and marketing and think of it as how are you always sharing your best work with the world. Problem number 2, nothing is scaling your time because everything is custom. When you're first getting your start, you just want to solve problems for people, and it is going to be custom work. Somebody asks you for something, you come up with a way to make it happen. But the step that you're missing is that by learning how to do that work and deliver the best of your ability for that client, you need to turn it into a system that you can repeat for future clients, especially if what you do is get results for people. You want to know what that system is so that you can put it on rinse and repeat. So when you're trying to dial in your process and package it in the perfect way that you know you will do your best work for every single client, you are forced to not do everything custom and to know that you are truly an expert at what you do for a reason, and you're going to lead each of the people that you work with to that treasured result. When you are too custom all the time, you cannot scale your systems because you are selling too many things. Every time you create a new process for a new client in a new way, it is a new item for sale. Focus on one thing, master it, and become the best at it. Speaking of becoming the best, we have a goal on this channel to hit 500,000 subscribers. So if you haven't done it already, do us a favor and click subscribe. Problem number 3, the founder or the executive is doing too many $10 tasks. The number one thing I hear from my clients in my program is, but I could do it so much faster. Yes, you can. Congratulations. You probably can do it so much faster because you are so good at what you do and you're trying to prove it to everyone, especially yourself. But by doing that, by proving your competency, by scratching that itch because you did it perfectly, you keep yourself at a lower level. You cannot make more money and scale the business up or make your position exactly what it should be and not everything else if you always keep doing the things that you think you're the absolute best at. Give someone else the grace that they will eventually learn how to do something really well because you showed them the way, because you led them there. That your time put in training and leading them will buy you that time back. And then you can spend it on the $100 tasks, on the $1,000 tasks, the things that actually move the needle in your work. When you spend too much time in the business, it leads to hiring too much low quality help. And you want high quality help on your team, so you're not constantly telling yourself that you could have done it better. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Problem number 4, you need a business partner either on the creative side or the operations side. Whatever we get into doing, we get into it because we're really good at something. For me, I'm fairly creative and I need more help with the details, with the operations side. Someone else might be really good at the ops side because of their previous experience, and so they start a business, but there's no creativity that makes people excited to find out about how to work with you. You find yourself in a situation where you need a business partner, but you never venture into that territory because it feels like such a marriage, and it can be. Let me tell you the fastest way to get an amazing business partner that you need: hire a coach. There may be a point where you need that business partner. You need that yin to your yang. In the meantime, you need to get pushed to it feeling like a non-negotiable. And a coach can do that for you. You are not in the mindset yet to bring them on, and it is now a point of friction. So you need someone to help you understand why it's important and how you would make the most of somebody in that position if you went so far as to jump in the deep end and do it. Hiring a coach when you take your career seriously is non-negotiable. You need someone who will help you through the things you need help with right now. So whatever problem you're having in this moment, if you're not clear on how to handle things better in operations, or if you're having some creativity issues or anything else in between, hire the coach that helps you with the current issue in your business. Get past it. You don't have to do this alone. You can be better by allowing someone else to tell you how to skip the mistakes. Problem number 5, you're making the same money or less every year. I spoke with a client recently and I asked her, okay, let's say you have 3 private clients and one day, one of them fires you. How are you gonna feel? And she said, I still have 2 clients. And I had to laugh. All right, new scenario. Let's say you have 3 private clients and you've grown a team. And now you're in charge of other people's livelihood. You help write their paychecks. And then one of those clients fires you. How do you feel? Wow, the feeling was quite different. This is why we get stuck in the range of pay that we are in, because we think we've done it and that's the best we can do. Even if we know in the back of our head that's not true and we can do better, we stay stuck because of what I call the entrepreneurial gratitude trap. The entrepreneurial gratitude trap is a psychological state where a founder or business owner's genuine appreciation for their hard-won success becomes the very chains that bind them. They use this gratitude to tolerate the business plateaus that have taken place. They postpone scaling opportunities and they accept less than ideal business situations, all while quietly knowing that they're capable of more. We will tell ourselves a story that, hey, I'm doing really well. I got a couple $100,000 a year coming in. It's fine. Everything is fine. Who am I to complain? But by staying there, by not thinking bigger, by not leveling up, you're always in that constraint. And then you try to figure out when you look at your revenue year over year why the number is still the same. You're doing business the same, your mindset is the same, you keep telling yourself it's fine, and then you're expecting better results at the end of the next year. Gratitude is a beautiful thing. You should always step into the present moment and be proud of where you are and where you're going, because where you're going is going to be big if you truly reflected on this moment as one where you did your best. But if you know you have a higher calling, if you know you can do better work, if you know you don't need to do $10 tasks, if you know those things and then actually follow through with what the process looks like to make it better, you can get to that next stage and you can bring in a lot more revenue. And that leads me to problem number 6, not knowing how to raise prices gracefully. There's this misconception that your prices are what they are and then they shouldn't move. As a matter of fact, I am more likely to hear someone drop their prices for a client instead of raising them if someone stays with them for a long extended period of time. Does it make sense to do a great service to those clients who stay with you? Of course, but you can increase value rather than decreasing funding. The investment that somebody makes with you is the step they have to take in the process. So by showing them that you appreciate that step and giving them that amazing feeling that they are doing the right thing by staying with you and continuing to work together, you should give them more of a result, not pull back on the cash flow that makes the whole thing work. When the price of goods goes up, the supermarket increases the price. It is not graceful. It is just life. As long as you communicate and you let your customers know why they pay what they pay and how much value they get out of it, You raise the price because you get better every single year. You get better every single client. Every client is making you a more refined master of your work. So you should not be making the same amount in year 5 that you did in year 3. If you want to be graceful about raising prices, don't shy away from it. Lean into it, be overly communicative about it, and do your best work so your clients don't bat an eye. And problem number 7, you don't know how to enjoy life and business simultaneously. The biggest thing I hear from everyone, YouTube comments, clients, colleagues, friends, I don't understand how I'll ever achieve work-life balance. It's so hard. But all I'm hearing when someone says that is that they don't know what happiness looks like in life and what happiness looks like in business and how the two can work together. Most people go after a career and start work without thinking about how life is going to play a role in that. When you should be looking at it as, how do I want my life to look? And then how do you build a career around that? You will love your life when you prioritize the things you enjoy in your life the most at the highest level, as much as you would a critical presentation or a client appointment in your work. If you're lucky enough to be doing your best work in your business and you couldn't be happier with it, maybe you could be making more money, maybe the process could be better, maybe you could have more people on the team so that you can stay in your lane. Yes, but you don't feel motivated to do any of that because you're not seeing what you need to see in your personal life to get you into the headspace that it would take for you to want to be there so that this will get better. That's a real issue. People don't know how to fill their time when they get it back. Why would I hire an assistant here? I can do it. You could do it. Or if you knew what was happening in your life over here, you wouldn't want to do it because you could go to that tennis lesson. You could learn a foreign language. You could spend more time with your kids and take them on trips. How are you going to fill your time in your life when you get it back on the work side? That's the balance. The balance is the self-awareness of who you actually are in your life, because work is not half of you. Work is a part of your life. Those are the 7 problems that I see with really successful women in business. If you want to learn the 3 things that really successful business women do before 10 a.m., click the link below and I'll see you there.